Hi. Looks like we're recording here. I guess I'll find out later. Yeah, nice setting, huh? This is Charles Stewart. The date is the 1st of September 2014. And, I would like to continue on with a general series of videos that I've kind of started. And, I'd like to build on because I think I have things of value to contribute to the community here, to the American national body politic. I consider myself somewhat of a scholar in the areas of constitutional law, and I thirst for justice and peace on this earth. I believe I am inspired by this spirit. Whether it's a curse or a blessing, I don't know. To outward appearances, my life is not very successful, but I feel good about the work I'm doing, and I can see the vulnerability in what is best referred to as, in biblical terms, as the kingdom of Satan, the devil. But we don't need to go there if that's uncomfortable for your secular humanists, because I believe that the true God of the universe wants us all to come together, all men and women of good hearts, to come together, to do what's right, to establish peace and justice. And whether you believe in the Bible or not, it don't matter. It's a footnote. It's a footnote. The main thing is the people come together. And see, the first thing we got to do is figure out who this Parasite-Class is. Who are the criminals among us? And this is done under Anglo American Law by a concept called due process of law. In Oregon's Constitution, the same thing is referred to as due course of law. And it's a specific course of step-by-step procedures for deciding whether or not there's a person that has committed such crimes amongst the community that in order for the community to survive, these types of people must be removed from society. This is the method according to Anglo-Saxon Protestant law, common law, organic American constitutional law, that must be followed in order to remove the parasite class from our society. That's the way our constitutional system works, in its essence, at its core. When you cut out all the superficial gobbledygook like lifetime appointments for Supreme Court judges and stuff like that, that's how it works. And thereunder, my main point that I was trying to get to, but I got sidetracked in a long explanation, is the concept that's currently being made clear to me of, quote, probable cause, unquote, which in its larger terms is, quote, probable cause to form the belief that a crime has been committed, unquote. And there's a big movement going on about so-called grand juries, and I've preached against them before, but very few people seem to take note of what I'm saying. So if you look up in your Black's Law Dictionary, and I should have quotes, I should be able to show you that right there, but it's in Black's Law Dictionary. I looked at it earlier this morning. I didn't take my Black's Law Dictionary along with me to the park here. But Black's Law Dictionary clearly says that the grand juries are to decide whether or not probable cause exists to believe that a crime has been committed. That's under the section on juries. There's a subsection on grand juries in Black's Fifth, and I presume the other editions, that specifically delineates the powers and duties of grand juries, and that's to decide whether or not probable cause exists to believe that a crime has been committed. That's the purpose of grand juries. And so, That can be accomplished by a trial jury at the same time. In that definition of grand juries, it says they can consist of 12. So a merger could happen between these people that are advocating grand jury process. This plugs into a concept called Cointelpro. It's a modern phenomenon, happened in the 60s. It was an FBI program designed to subvert the lawful efforts to bring about an end to the Vietnam War. It was a Cointelpro program. That same process is being invoked to bring honorably motivated people to defuse their potential to cause any significant change in the agenda of the evil empire. And they have an agenda. They've got a new world order that they're talking about setting up over the entire world, just like described in the biblical book of Revelation. One more coincidence in favor of that biblical text, you secular humanists. Yeah. What's happening right now is exactly what's modeled in the biblical book of Revelation. Same with the protocols of Zion. If all of these profound texts are just fiction, then how come it's happening? How come it's happening just according to the way these texts describe? Answer me that, Batman. So... I need a better outline. This probable cause thing is big. That reaches to the ability to conduct arrests. We need to organize our militia people who are willing to give their lives, to pledge their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. That was a phrase used at the ending of America's Declaration of Independence document. Pledging their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. That's what the patriots that gave their lives in the American Revolution to make this nation free, that's what they pledged to each other, their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor in the cause of liberty for everybody. And this carries on with the biblical tradition that James talked about in the Bible of the perfect law of liberty. Okay, it all fits together. Blackstone said clearly that common law and the laws of England, same thing, are based upon the laws of Israel. Okay? The laws of England are based upon the laws of Israel. We're the survivor of the Roman book burners and Christian persecutors up in England and Northern Europe. What turned into the Protestant denominations after Luther did his thing with nailing all that long list of complaints about the Roman Catholic Church to the front door. They were known as Gnostic Christians before that because Protestantism only became formalized with Luther's activities against the Roman Church. At least that's what general history defines things. Anyway, see, we've got different ways of identifying criminals. The Roman civil law, and the Roman Catholics thereunder have no way of identifying criminals. It's not a part of their law because, in essence, their very model of government, top-down authoritarian, Roman empirical model, is criminal. Yeah, they're a criminal government, man. Rather like what we've got today. And I really dislike the Bush regime more than the Obama regime. Both Bush regimes were serious, nasty evil. And even the Clinton regime was nastier evil than the Obama regime. But, Mr. Obama, you're a criminal too. And so is your Attorney General, Eric Holder. And we're going to have to try you of your crimes and remove you from your office. I believe this is God's will, because you are not fit to govern a godly nation. We're going to have to do this. I'll continue this a bit later.